times just hold you down. Seems we're all just fading away.
Hey everybody, it's Lee Out Loud, and I'm here today with Jimi Haha, and we are at Finn Art Gallery on West Street, and we wanted to talk a little bit about this whole arts explosion happening in Annapolis, and you're the go-to guy. Like, I've heard your name for, my kids are 16, 17 years I've been hearing about you, Jimi Haha, so I'm excited. Thank you for meeting with me.
Absolutely.
And let's just tell everybody, like, what's your whole vibe? What's going on? You've got the magazine, Finn Art.
So I've been playing in a band called Jimmy's Chicken Shack for 25 years now, and I also play in a band called Jarflies and another band called Men the Hollow. And I started an art and culture magazine, UpStart Annapolis, which is a quarterly, high-quality quarterly magazine. It comes out every 3 months, and I started that in the winter of 2014. And it just profiles good people of Annapolis and the good things they do. And then Finn Art Gallery is a group gallery owned by Charles Lawrence back here. He's painted 3 album covers for Jimmy's Chicken Shack and does these wonderful fish prints. And a majority of the art in Finn Art is his artwork. These fish he actually catches, then prints and mounts. So
That's so cool. Or if you go fishing and you fail, you can come in here and buy a fish. So is this a rockfish?
That's a rockfish.
Yeah,
it's a striper.
awesome. A striper.
So that's what he's doing right now, is mounting some of his rice paper fish prints.
Yeah, you've got to come down here. The art is just so beautiful, and it's all local people?
Yeah, so there's 11 different artists that show art in here currently, and they're all local artists. And if you come in, usually you'll see someone working on a painting or, sculpting something or, working on whatever they work on. So, like Charles is working today, so.
I had the pleasure of interviewing Sean with AM/FM, and we were talking about how Annapolis is like this powder keg of talent ready to blow. And I think the art side of it is huge. The music side I've been following for a long time, but the art side just kind of came out to me, even though it's been here for a while. What else is going on in this whole arts district, besides the great restaurants? And
there's some just great galleries. A lot of really good restaurants have opened up since they designated it the arts district. Obviously, we have Maryland Hall, which does amazing stuff. We're starting to do events where we get together a bunch of different artists and musicians and do outdoor events. So Annapolis Arts Week block party, it's right here, right across from Sailor. There's a parking lot. There's going to be food and art and music, and it goes from 2 to 8, and then you could go see Jarflies at Metropolitan that night afterwards.
It's a whole day of fun. Babysitting is free at Finn Art Gallery.
Basically, it's all these scenes are trying to converge now and really kind of work as a collaborative voice and a collective voice, as opposed to just. There's the Arts Alliance, there's the Arts Council, there's, Art Between the Creeks. There's so many different little factions that have been doing great stuff.
Right.
And they're all too busy to really pull it all together. So that's kind of the effort of, Arts Week, and again, the effort of the magazine is
We'll
trying to
stream
show
all
that
those
stuff.
below here, like all of the places you can follow on Facebook and Instagram.
And Visit Annapolis has been really good
Right.
about promoting artwork and artists. Annapolis Collection Gallery, 49 West, they've all really pulled together to make some really cool events.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
music
cool.
scene has always been really strong here. There's a lot of really great new bands playing here, and Annapolis is having their first official music festival. They've done Stillapana, they've done Nextable, and those are all private entities doing festivals. This one is actually being run by the city. It was Gavin's idea. I'm not quite sure the name.
Funny you should mention that. We've got a music festival coming up called Annapolis Rising. And so
Symphony's doing something on the Friday night. They're having rock bands on the Saturday, and then Sunday they're having like rhythm and blues and soul and gospel. I know that Good Charlotte is going to be one of the bands that's playing on the rock.
Wait, does that mean Cameron Diaz will be here?
Maybe, I don't know.
That would be cool.
But,
I heard that like 2 major record label founders went to St. John's. Was it like Arista and something else?
Elektra and Atlantic, yes. Yeah.
Were founded here in Annapolis at St. John's College.
Ahmed Erdogan and Jack Holtzman both were students at St. John's, and I believe one or both of the labels actually were started while they were going to St. John's.
Yeah,
So-
like who cares about Facebook and Harvard? We have record labels in St. John.
Yeah, if you go to UpStart-Annapolis.com, you can go to the archives, and I can't remember which issue, but we did a story on St. John's College and the curriculum, how it's very music heavy in a certain aspect, but we talked about those two men who started those, world-changing record labels.
Yeah.
And if you think about major record labels, those were two of the most influential record labels through the 70s and 80s and 90s. So it's really cool that kind of stuff. Most people don't know that about Annapolis, but you also have all the history of Cars Beach.
Right.
We did a story on that in our first issue of the magazine. So there's just the music scene goes so deep here.
Well, you know the best festival in the world is coming up in June.
What's that?
It is the Burgers and Bands.
Oh, Burgers and Bands.
Yeah, it's going to be up at the Tap House in Smyrna Park.
Yeah, Pretty
It's,
Music Academy is holding it.
Isn't that amazing? We
Yeah.
interviewed Pretty Music Academy, Lee Pretty, and all of his amazing kids. You know, I'm a super fan of the Z Band.
Oh yeah.
Any girl who's this tall and can sing Led Zeppelin.
And they played our launch. They played our launch party a couple times, and I'm actually playing that event. So I'm gonna play solo acoustic at that event.
So you guys have to come out to Burgers and Bands. Our whole theme is #You Are Not Alone, and we have already raised about $24,000
Awesome.
already. So we're
So
upping
cool.
our goal. JJ, so thank you for playing that.
Oh, right on. My pleasure.
I'm gonna MC it. That'll be fun. I love it. I love all the creativity here, and a great place to get involved and understand what's going on in this whole art scene is by taking advantage of this awesome free magazine, UpStart. So tell us a little bit about how it started and what we can find in here and how we can support you, supporting us, supporting everybody.
Yeah, I've always promoted the town and kind of stood on the building tops and yelled, check out what's going on here. So this is really just a physical embodiment of that. It's in print form. We cover musicians, artists, different charitable organizations, different mentors in town, restaurants, just creative people doing creative things.
Yep.
It comes out quarterly. It's free. You can find it in different places in and around Annapolis. Really high quality paper.
It is, I used to smell my textbooks and smell like, oh, this is so nice. It's got a texture to it.
Yeah, it's meant to be kept and collected. So
It's beautiful.
and it just
Nancy Hammond, right?
yeah, she's right down a few doors down from us, and so it's just one of those things that is such fun to really put together and promote. It's just the photographers and the writers that work for the magazine are just so good, and it is that we try to give you a little bit better picture of who these people are and what makes them tick, rather than just knowing them from playing some songs,
Right.
at Stan & Joe's.
What makes you tick?
Yeah, what makes you tick, Charles?
Oh, just, the
Fish.
springtime, the fish, the art scene, and as it's growing, all that.
Awesome, you got it. You got to check out this gallery. They'll be painting for you.
Yeah, it will definitely be painting if you come in.
So tell us some things coming up that we can go to.
UpStart Annapolis, every 3 months when we put this magazine out, we do a launch party at a different venue. We have different musicians play. So this next one is June 9th, and that's at Sam's on the Waterfront, which is down off of Edgewood Road out in Annapolis Neck. And it's just, we try to celebrate the issue, kind of, focus everybody on what the subjects of the magazine are in that issue, and then have some live music, and the party is always free. It's a really good time. A lot of different people from the town come out, and it's a really great place to meet creative people and just have a good
I
time.
think that's great. It's bringing the local scene together and putting us on the map as more than just someplace George Washington slept. That's amazing. Well, thank you for updating everybody like me who moved to the suburbs, and I get a little bit not used to what's going on downtown. So it makes me more hip and relevant to know what's happening on this street in this awesome city. We have an awesome mayor, an awesome art scene, an awesome music scene, new design district, this arts district, fishing. Everything you could want. So don't pollute our bay. Don't use straws. Come and support local artists.
We're gonna
And
actually,
come and see Jimmy.
we're going fishing today, so maybe Charles will catch, or maybe I'll catch one and he can do a print of it, but he'll have a new specimen to make some new fish prints.
It will be the Lee Out Loud fish, and we will promote that.
And we have to give it up for Lee Out Loud for promoting everybody in the town and shining the spotlight,
Yeah.
a well-deserved spotlight on people that are in and around town. So really appreciate what you do.
You Got it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, y'all.
See ya.